Here's a detailed explanation of how to do a hip stretch into deep flexion. Your physiotherapist that's working with you may recommend this to you, so you can review this tape recording so that you feel good about doing it. Once you understand how to do the maneuver, you can then do it into a set of different maneuvers and move right from one to the other. But this video is to teach you the detail of how to do it and do it very well. We've got our supplies here. A yoga block is nice, a padded mat, and loose clothing. I'm going to do my right hip, so I'm going to start by putting my shin vertical. It's going to be vertical in the front-back sense and in the left-right sense. I'm going to take my yoga block and I'm going to put it to the inside of my foot that is in front of me, and I'm going to place my hands on the top of the block. My spine is going to be relatively straight. In fact, my chest is going to be stuck out a bit, so is my stomach. I'm going to start from a position where I really don't feel too much feedback from here. It's relatively comfortable. And then I'm going to sink my torso and abdomen forward past my horizontal thigh, and I'm going to be anticipating the development of a pull. The hip joint's very deep, so the location of the pull might be different depending on what degree of stretch you're going into and your particular circumstance. So in the vicinity of the hip, in this region, is some feedback you're looking for. So here I go. I don't feel anything in my hip, but I do feel a little bit of irritation in my left knee. So I'm going to pat it. It's not about being tough. It's about being able to focus on relaxing and getting those guarding muscles to quiet down better. Up tall. I don't feel anything anywhere. Yep, everything's looking good. So I'm going to take my block, I'm going to turn it onto a shorter edge, sink, and I actually do feel a little something right there, vaguely around my hip. Now is your time to focus. I did another little recording on focus and how you can use it to reduce the guarding in your muscle. And that's what you do here. You can look at that recording if you'd like more detailed explanation on focusing for relaxation. If I get it to reduce in the sense of pull, I can move a little further by putting the block in a different orientation. And this is what you do over the course of the duration that your therapist told you to hold the position for. Sink into it nice and easy. And if you find that your hip or the tissues around the hip accommodates, as evidenced by reduced sensation intensity, you sneak a little further. Fingertips, knuckles, palms. Some of you folks might go down to your elbows, who knows. This whole time, I'm checking my form intermittently, making sure that my shin hasn't gone out to the side, making sure it's vertical, making sure that my torso is relatively straight and not hunched like a cat. And that's the details of this maneuver.